DDMS also allows us to see our network statistics. Now, tracking network statistics in any app, of course, is important, but with mobile apps, it's especially important because the network is such an important part of the things we do in our app. And also, when you're dealing with mobile devices, there can be a lot of variability in the quality of the connection or the speed of the connection, depending on where the user is and what kind of cellular plan they have and various things. So it's really essential that you understand the things that are going on inside your application relative to the network. So the network monitor, it really helps us out with that. And basically, it allows us to see the data sent and received by our app. And we monitored it over time. So there's a timeline that runs, and as we step through various parts of our application, we can see the data that's being sent and the data that's being received. And it even can break that out by the individual sockets inside the app. So that if you've got a lot of different channels open, you can see the total activity across those various channels. Back inside of Eclipse, what I want to do now is go ahead and make sure I've got the app I want to monitor selected. So I've got my reading app selected. I'm going to go over here to my network tab. And this is the timeline we're going to use. Now, one thing to note, you see the speed selection here. The speed is how fast do you want this display updating. Do you want a 100 millisecond timeline, 250, or 500? Basically, the way that goes is that if you've got a lot of network activity going on, you probably want to set the timeline fast so you're getting very detailed information. If you only have a little bit of activity going on, you may want to set it slow so that you can actually see it kind of more compact and see it more easily. By default, it goes with medium, and we'll just leave it there. And now it doesn't start monitoring until I click the Start button here. And you'll notice that my app right now, not much is going on, but this is a reading app, right? So what I'm going to do is go in. I just pulled down a list of possible books. I'm going to go out here. I'm going to pull down another book. And as I pull down that book, you can see there's a spike in activity. In fact, you see the spike in activity was so high, what looked like a large line initially actually shrank down because I had to increase the time or the plot line on that. Right? So basically, it's just making it very easy for me to see what's going on. So each time I interact with my app and I do something that requires it to call back out to its servers to get information, you see that's creating network activity. And it allows us to see that again very easily. And the nice thing about this is that if you're doing something very sophisticated where you're opening up many different network sockets, right, many different network channels, that you can actually see the individual ones plotted down here so you can see their totals, and it'll actually change the color schemes so you can see the activity on each one individually.